Hello Lutubers and YouTubers, this is Cold Liberal Weekly, coming to you from the snowy uplands of the Cotswolds. Hello there YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of Wet Liberal Weekly. And what a week it's been. I think it's been 2 weeks. I've been very busy, as some of you may be aware, on the Carpool project, which is just past 9,000 downloads on iTunes, which is pretty extraordinary, isn't it? I'm very pleased with it, I must say. I mean, it is, because this whole thing that I've been doing really has been a kind of, sorry, I'm banging against my cupboard door. I'm trying to strike a kind of relaxed, casual pose, and actually I'm wound up like a fucking coiled spring. I'm not going to swear. I am not going to swear in this episode of Wet Liberal Weekly. No swearing, Robert. Note to self. Okay, so been very involved in that, in all kinds of ways of doing new media for a long time, and new communication things like Twitter. There's a brilliant article in the Daily Mail, someone linked to me today, where they just ranting, they're seething, the stupidity of Twitter, and celebrities telling you their every move on Twitter. How boring could that be? I'll tell you how boring it is. It's less boring than buying your wretched, dirty little newspaper, the Daily Fail. It's very interesting because they know they're disappearing. Newspapers, as in the paper version. You know, it's got, what, 5 years if you're lucky. And the online versions are getting better and better. I mean, the online Guardian's amazing, isn't it? And the online New York Times, fantastic. You know, that's what I read. I don't buy papers. Where do you put it when you finish with it? Here's an interesting thing. I've just made a connection. Oh, electric cars. They're not really very eco, because what happens to the batteries when you finish with them? Let me think. They're recycled and used again. What happens to newspapers when we finished with it? There's great wadges of it. I've been around the recycling departments. We don't know what to do with it all. We've got 700,000 tons of paper, which has communicated the most banal information in history and shown you a page 3 lovely, a stunner, which has been, you know, it's just, newspapers are so 20th century. Move on, people. Don't buy them. Boycott newspapers and don't buy them. That's the wet liberal stance. Damn, I bought one the other day, I've just remembered. See, that's a true wet liberal stance. I'm going to make this huge statement about the way forward and then completely contradict it and do something else. I did buy a newspaper the other day when I was on the train. Smeg. Yeah, smeg indeed, Sonny Jim. We did shoot the very first part of the new Red Dwarf last Saturday. It was fantastic fun. We all had a brilliant time. They're shooting a behind the scenes, how we make it. So every moment of our lives when we were in costume was being recorded by 2 camera crews. For tech aficionados, the new series is being shot on red cameras. Red Dwarf being shot on red cameras. They're amazing. This is where red cameras are like the jump that is like, we're going to go high def, and then you can walk into the room with your red camera and go, we don't bother with mere high def, we're going red. It's a 4K. This is basically as good as 35mm film. A lot of people would argue it's slightly better. So it's incredible quality, scary quality. I'm glad I'm covered in rubber, because if you saw my face on a red camera in real life, let's downgrade the quality, guys. That's too cruel. We don't want to inflict that on the public. So that's really amazing crew. A lot of the same people working on it, same costumes, same makeup. I was being moaned at in exactly the same way. We all said to each other, just like we've had a month off. It was exactly the same. Doug was fantastic. The scripts are brilliant. I'm not allowed to tell you anything about them at all, and I'm really enjoying it. I know some really juicy information you're not allowed to know, but there was a paparazzi photographer who hung around where we were filming, and they got pictures which have really smegged it all up, which is bloody typical. What a pain. But whatever you've seen on the internet of pictures of things in certain places, there's no way that you could get the right end of the stick. That's handing you a big bunch of sticks, and the real stick's down here, you can't even see it. It's not what you think at all. It's not what you think at all. I'm not even going to grace the absurd stories that have been appearing in the British tabloid press with a comment. It's just a rude word that refers to gentlemen's testicular areas. It's nonsense, because I'm not going to swear in this episode. I'm not going to swear. Okay, so that's Red Dwarf, which is great, and we start shooting the whole thing in 2 weeks, and it comes out on, it's broadcast in the UK on Dave on the 10th of April. on Channel Dave on the 10th of April. If you haven't got Channel Dave, then I don't know. If you're in the UK and you don't have Channel Dave, it's on Freeview. It's one of the satellite and cable channels. I don't know which one it is. They're all different, aren't they? But Dave has shown lots of Red Dwarf in the past with phenomenal viewing figures, which is why they're doing it again. So now, is there talk of more Red Dwarf after this? Yes, there's lots of talk, but there's nothing definite. So I'm sure when it happens. So I'm working very much in conjunction with Grant Naylor, the production company, because I don't want to reveal anything about the new series that they don't want me to reveal. So they are giving me very kindly exclusive access to 1 or 2 pics taken on the set. But that won't be for a few weeks, so don't get too excited yet, but do get very excited because it is brilliant. It's very, very clever and very funny. And we're also doing a live show. So these 2 shows are being pre-recorded, and then we're doing a live show which is called Red Dwarf Unplugged. And believe me, I truly don't know what that is, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but when I do know, I'm allowed to tell you, and I'll explain where you get tickets from and when it's on and where the venue is and what time we do it. And then once I've told you that, I will then be very, very scared, because we're doing a live show about Red Dwarf, in Red Dwarf costumes as Red Dwarf, but without any sets. It's going to be a crazy, wild, big, exploding pile of smeg. It's just going to be smegtastic. I am terrified. We're all rather nervous about it, but I think it could be very, very good. So that's Red Dwarf. That's Red Dwarf, which is very exciting. Carpool. I'm going to put a new carpool up on Friday. The carpools get renewed every week. It's a weekly series that will go on for at least 16 weeks. That's how many I've recorded so far. There's a fantastic roster of guests. The roster of guests keeps increasing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I don't know how I'm going to fund it. I don't know how I'm going to make it pay for itself. I don't want to make money out of it. I'm just trying to work out how that I can actually fund it, because I've funded the whole thing myself and I'm an idiot. But I know that if it's just like in that Kevin Costner movie where the Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Well, I've built it and they've come. And I'm not swearing in this episode, and I'm not even making any smutty little innuendos, but 9,000 downloads for a smeghead like me, I have to say, is very, very satisfying, because it has taken quite a long time to work. So is that mosting and boasting? I like that. There's a conversation I've been having on Twitter about mosting, which is moaning and boasting, which I know is something I've done. Oh, it's really hard to be covered in rubber in one of the most successful British sitcoms that have ever been made. You know, that's not good, is it? I loved being under rubber. I was happy as Larry. I got a little bit snippy on the very last scene when my stupid melted brain could not remember one pathetically simple line. Even I remembered my lines when we were shooting on Saturday. I remembered my lines, all of them except for this one very simple one, which was so funny, and I smegged it up. So there's probably one really funny line that's been pooed on. Is that a swear word? Not a very bad one. I'm going to try and do another Wet Liberal before we start doing Red Dwarf, but I know that once we start shooting, it's going to be very hard to do a Wet Liberal unless I can do a Wet Liberal mechanoid, in which case I will. If they allow me to, I'll do it. We'll have to see. So, YouTubers, Lou-tubers, carpoolers, Wet Liberal weekliers. As always, if you have been, truly, I thank you for watching.